Okay, hi guys. Let us take a look at this question. It says that when a body is suspended from two light springs separately, the periods of vertical oscillations are T1 and T2. And if the same body is suspended from the two springs joined in parallel, what is the time period? So let's quickly understand, using a diagram. Like what they are saying in the question is that we have a body, okay, say of mass m. Okay, we are using, okay, one spring of, say, some spring constant k1. Okay, and when we are hanging this mass m, okay, the time period is t1. Okay, and now the same body, okay, of mass m, okay, if we are using, say, some other spring, okay, which has a spring constant, say, k2. Okay, then the time period will be t2. Okay, say this is k1, this is k2. Okay, so time period is t1 in this case and t2 in this case. Now what they are asking is, now if we connect these two springs, okay, that is this spring, okay, with spring constant k1, and this spring, okay, with spring constant k2. Okay, so we connect both of these spring, okay, to this mass m. This is the same mass m, right? Okay, maybe I can just draw it a little properly. Okay, so okay, so what they're saying is that if we are using this, right, the first spring, okay, and the second spring, like this one, okay, say this is k1 spring constant and k2 spring constant, right? So, and the same block mass m, right, which we were using earlier, we are using that. So now they are asking what is the time period in this case, right? So very simple it is, okay, because we know the relationship between the time period and spring constant k. Why? Because we know that what is t. T is nothing but 2 pi root over m by k. So from here, okay, we know, okay, the time period is inversely proportional to 1 by root k. Okay, or we can also write that k is like inversely proportional to 1 by t square, right? Just like I just shifted the terms, okay, from the LHS to the RHS, that is all. So this relationship we have, okay. So now, okay, what we know that, okay, if the springs are connected in parallel, what is the property? Let me write down. Okay, so if the springs are connected in parallel, kp, okay, so kp is going to be what? It is going to be k1 plus k2, right? This we know, okay, from, okay, the like how spring constants get added and all. So for parallel, when springs are connecting parallel, it's k1 plus k2. If they are connecting series, it's going to be 1 upon k1 plus 1 upon k2, like that, right? So in this case, they are parallel, so we have kp. So just substitute k, okay, with t, right? So k is directly proportional to 1 by t square. So kp we can write as what? Kp will be directly proportional to, one second, yeah. So kp will be nothing but it will be directly proportional to 1 upon, say, tp square. Okay, and k1 will be directly proportional to 1 by t1 square, and k2, okay, will be directly proportional to 1 upon t2 square. Just replace, okay, the values in this equation. Okay, kp is k1 plus k2. Okay, write it down in terms of tp, t1 and t2. Okay, because we have to find out what t parallel. Okay, so what we have to find out is t parallel. Okay, so what we can write is this. Let me just take a new sheet. Okay, and let me just clean this up. Okay, I'm just removing this whole thing. Okay, so we can, what we can write is this. Okay, kp, so we know that kp is equal to k1 plus k2. So kp we can write as 1 upon tp square, and this is equal to 1 upon t1 square plus 1 upon t2 square, right? This we can write. So now if you take the LCM, okay, what are you getting? We are getting t1 square dot t2 square in the denominator, and here we are getting in the numerator t1 square plus t2 square plus t1 square, right? So this is what we get, right? So this is our answer. Okay, so we have to find out TP, right? But this is 1 by TP square, this result. So you can also write what is TP. I can just write it down here. Let me just erase this part. Okay. Okay. So we have this thing. So TP is going to be nothing but T1 square dot T2 square. I'm just writing the reciprocal of this, right? Upon t1 square plus t2 square. So the correct answer, okay, that is there, and yes, root over this, right? Because this is tp square, so tp is going to be root over this. So it's going to be t1 t2, okay, t1 t2 upon root over t1 square plus t2 square, correct? So this is going to be our answer. Final answer is going to be this one, okay? So let's mark our answer. This is our final answer, right? So where in the options do we see this? Okay, this one, B. Okay, so this is our answer for this question. I think it's very easy, right? Okay, thanks for watching.